There we go. And we're live with camera and microphone this time. 3 months later?
No,
4?
About 30 days later.
Give or
Just
take a
got a
millennial. Yeah, whatever.
Got a month.
About a month. Yeah, this thing is about ready to be qualified to be in the Museum of Natural History. But yes, we are back with the KIA. On the shock on the driver's front side, and Karl is doing something.
I'm just cleaning the bolt off. I'm hoping we don't have the nightmare we do with the bolt on this one we did with the other one. I've got a replacement, but I still have to get it off part way to even cut it off. And it won't snap. I wish it would snap.
It'd be nice if it'd snap. Yeah, if you remember last time, we had to buy a cheap blowtorch and heat the blankety blanket thing up till it was about glowing, and then keep turning it, and when it cooled, reheat it, because it had been so badly cross-threaded by accident or whatever. You know, it ain't his fault, but I'm blaming the guy at the tire shop that ruined the set of rims you got in there. That's gonna become, I don't know, some red-green project. Hose winds or something.
Hose and extension cord storage line spots.
Yeah, like I said, a red-green project.
One of them is for the one that's not completely destroyed is for a spare tire, and the others are going to be for hoses and extension cords. Taking a wire brush and cleaning off the bolt. It was packed with dirt, so
Hopefully we can see there.
oh, the boot's not broken. That's good.
That one is.
Yeah.
Just lightly.
But there's no movement in them, so I'm not going to worry about it for now. Yeah.
There's not going to be any movement in this thing.
There's not any movement in this thing. That's just why the steering wheel is not centered. It got an alignment, but you can't center the steering wheel because you can't adjust these two ends. You can only adjust the middle adjustment, which gets it aligned, but not...
Turns out you need to replace those two.
Yeah, if I can ever find them. Now let's see if I actually left the ones I need on here. No. Now I get to play. I don't remember what size these bolts were.
I remember 23 was a size, 14 was also a size. That's
Yeah.
all I remember. It's because I'm currently editing the video for Odyssey 1, 2, and 3. That's what I'm calling it. Currently.
And you shouldn't have commented on how long it was since we did it. And it would have seemed all continuous.
No. I mean, people could see in the background the leaves are falling to the ground, and now the leaves are turning green. There's snow and ice everywhere. Now there's not.
Magic of cinema.
Yeah.
Project that took 6 months only took an hour.
I try to get a better view. You shoulder your way in my way so I can't see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have one job here and you're not letting me do it.
That's not my problem.
So if there's anybody else out there that would like to be the star of their own YouTube car repair show, you can send me video auditions at.
And now we bleed. Which this thing has currently no brakes whatsoever, so I'm going to be surprised if it bleeds very much. Turn the wrench, turn the wrench, turn the wrench.
Thank you, Ed. Ah, yes, Ed and Eddie references.
And all the fluid's coming from the brake cylinder, not the line.
That ain't a good thing. I think I found out why you don't have brakes.
That's not a bad thing. The fact that the line's full of air means that it's not necessarily the booster that's gone. Can you hand me some paper towels?
As a camera guy, I get abused. I get yelled at. I get blamed for things.
You're also the producer and the sound guy, so you get all the blame.
I do. I'm the producer, the sound guy, the editor, the camera guy. Yes, I wear a lot of hats in Stunt and Zombie Productions.
And where the heck's the crafts table anyways?
You're not getting one of those.
I can remind you something you were told me to remind you of.
What?
When we're doing the conversation spot, you're supposed to be doing my face, not whatever's in the distance.
Oh, yeah. I did tell you that.
I remembered.
I didn't. This is why I'm not a paid camera guy.
And part of the race is the town has cleanup days, and the Boy Scouts collect scrap during those. So I'm trying to get this stuff off so they can take it for scrap. So it's not sitting in my garage for a year.
Yes. That's part of it. That's also the reason why we're doing this instead of fixing the misfire on his F-150.
Yeah. Plus the F-150 runs and it's gotten cold and it likes the cold. It's not misfiring so much now. It will next week when it warms up.
It still sounds like a tractor.
Well, it's a Ford. It always sounds like a tractor.
It sounds like a misfiring tractor. How's that?
So it sounds like a John Deere.
Yes.
Come on, let go. There we go. Oh, look at all the nice black junk in it.
Yeah. All that black sludge coming out. That's always good for you, right? That's good for your brakes.
Oh yeah, that's a good sign of the seals in there.
Yeah.
Probably why it wasn't breaking. This one has pads left, probably because it was not breaking. Yeah, they finally found brake fluid. Apparently all the air leaked out.
This is not how you bleed your brakes. This is not how to bleed your brakes.
When all the air leaks out of your line while you're fixing your brakes, that's a good sign.
Yes.
I'm less concerned about the booster now. These released on the other side. Everything else has come off on this side, so these won't release properly. Hey.
There we go. There's one.
One of them came out.
Mm-hmm. You know, you can always lock the brakes. Oh, wait.
What brakes? This side's bearings are going... They're not horrible. They don't have to be replaced yet, but they aren't as good as the other side. They've got a sound. They probably need replaced 20,000 miles.
You heard it. He said 20,000 miles. So 3 weeks later, guess what we'll be doing?
Oh, come on. It'll be at least a month. And it'll be an emergency thing right in the middle of summer when this is prime work time for me, so I don't have a choice.
In the middle of a thunderstorm.
Yep.
And hail.
Well, I got those off. And yes, I shouldn't be doing this with a regular hammer if I was going to reuse this rotor. But I'm not. It's scrap metal. Hey, the bearings sound better. Of all funny things, I'm making the wheel bearing very happy. I don't know why, but I am.
Watch after you beat on this thing, the four-wheel drive actually starts working.
I fixed it.
There we go.
Just needed a different angle. Doesn't have any play in it.
It still has a sound, but...
It does, and unfortunately, these aren't the type I can take off and pack grease in them, because that's what's needed. But, I'll worry about it when I get there. These boots will probably need replaced by then.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be somebody else's problem by then, too.
And that one is in a lot better shape than the other one was. Hey, this is already going a whole lot quicker. What are you going to jinx me on? I'm waiting on it.
I've already done it. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have charge of these things. Like when you jinxed yourself a while ago. You didn't have control over what happened there then either, did you? I don't think you can drill into this one. What are your plans?
Oh, for right now, I'm using brake fluid as a bolt cleaner.
It works?
Just because I want to see. Well, one thing, I'm not reusing that. I've got a replacement. And secondly, I want to make sure I don't need to get something stronger.
That makes sense.
I've got it. It's convenient. I'm using it. I wouldn't recommend it. Brake fluid is corrosive and flammable, and attracts water. So brake fluid has all kinds of issues.
Yeah. It attracts water. It's flammable. It's corrosive. It doesn't do well at parties. It's antisocial. It'll keep you up late at night. It curses at small kids while playing Call of Duty. It's got a lot of problems.
Here comes the 3 trips to find 24mm. What did I end up starting off with? I know I ended up filing it down to 5/8, but what the heck did it start out as?
I'm just trying to stand up.
It was 19. Which makes sense because I didn't have a 19. This car was a whole lot of, I don't have that size. Oops. Oh, that's a mess. That's why there are paper towels in there.
We here in Krazy Karl Projects do care about the environment.
That's why I'm working on a pad. And I'm trying my best to stop that. I don't know where to put a drip pan. It's dripping from everywhere.
Well, you know, if you had an actual drip pan, not a pie tin.
It's a pan and it's catching drips.
Yes, he's wiping off the gloves he's wearing on his hands.
Because I keep getting covered in friggin' fake brake grease and it makes everything slick. This side I have not filed tool catches into yet. And there it is.
What?
The spot I can't do this in.
Did it?
It quit moving. Okay, I'm afraid.
Roll with it and roll with it. Don't be scared, just roll with it. After the last one, we went and got a Sawzall and
a torch.
A torch. Yeah, we got a torch for the other one, but then we went and got a Sawzall as a just in case. You're having similar trouble. That's what it's called right there. There it is, assembled in Turkey apparently. And they're not that expensive. Get to the point where you can't just cut through the dang thing. My advice. Does it feel cross-threaded yet?
I don't know, I can't hold it long enough to get it. I just had to use a breaker bar again. And I'm having to hold this too, which means I can't see what the heck I'm doing on the other side.
Oh.
So I'm guessing. And right here is why I end up using the socket as a breaker bar.
We have that much of a bolt remaining. We got wrench, gripping it on this side, channel locks, and he's going to break out the breaker bar, I'm guessing?
Yep, back to the breaker bar because that's working.
And
it's moving, it's just, you gotta have, it ain't moving easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have enough leverage with the ratchet.
True. And what size?
And the wrench doesn't give me enough clearance.
All right. And what size socket is that? 24
millimeter.
Krazy Karl, crazy like a fox. Today, this time, right now.
If you jinx me, I'm gonna smack you.
Just as long as it's not with a wrench. Almost
no,
there.
I'm not that mean.
Getting there.
And off it goes. There we go. Now,
the wrench slipped off the notch.
I got it back on the notch. Alright, I've got a solution to this.
That part there is a ball joint, and that part there just has 2 flat sides on the rounded freaking bar, so.
And they're not even deep enough for a wrench.
Exactly, it's not even deep enough for a wrench. Pardon me.
That might work.
We got double vice grip. Is that second one real vice grip or another Pittsburgh?
It's actually vice grip.
Okay. 1 Pittsburgh, 1 vice grip.
And a DeWalt wrench.
And DeWalt wrench. We're not sponsored by anybody.
If you want to sponsor me, do it.
Yes. Send us an email. We'll take it.
If you want a product tester, I'm a good stress tester.
Yes. Yes, he is a good stress tester.
If it survives me, it says a lot.
Tools, vehicles, people. He's a good stress tester. Oh. Now we got 3 rings inside the bolt there. I can see 4. It ain't never gonna be hand.
Oh, I know.
Hand tight, man.
I can be wishful though.
Yes, you can. And the hallelujah. And I forget how to talk. And the hallelujah chorus plays. That took us 5 weeks to do last time. That little bit.
And 5 wrenches.
And 5 wrenches.
5 wrenches, 2 lock joint pliers. I'm not even counting that, and that's not even counting the ones that I've dented and damaged. Those are the ones I actually destroyed. Although I haven't. What wrenches I could exchange and get back, I did. A couple of them I can't exchange, so they're usable. At least half of them are usable, so combination wrench. So they're still in my tools. I know which ones I'm going to use when I have a feeling that a wrench is going to die. Hey, it's mostly okay. It's only a little dented. Might be a little crooked, but not bad.
This is why I don't think anybody's going to sponsor you.
Like I said, if you need a stress tester.
You think your tools can stand up to the challenge, just give them to us. We'll prove you wrong. By us, I mean him. Sometimes you have to loosen to tighten.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, the last time I ended up just snapping it off.
Yeah.
That's right, it's supposed to have a wrench size for in here, but they don't give you enough clearance to get a wrench on it. Like, wrench should go there. Okay, you can't get a wrench in there. Maybe that's what the 12mm I had over there was for.
Pittsburgh. Not a sponsor.
Well, the ball joint moves.
I think you're going right. I think you need to come it this way. Towards me.
Did I just break the... We won't talk about that. And if you never learned this trick, this is a great trick. With how to lengthen a wrench. So you better purchase. Just be careful it doesn't twist off on you.
Or not dirt in your eye from the bumper that you're hitting.
Yeah, perpetually. I'm deciding that where I put the tire was a bad place. Thank you.
Don't think me yet, it's not staying standing.
I know why we had to take a break. We had to wait till after the cherry blooms. Cherry tree's all bloomed out now. It's all done, and blooms are gone, it's all leafed out. So we didn't have cherry blooms falling the entire time.
Yes.
There's a reason.
Yes, there we go. So it didn't look like a freaking sword fight off of a Quentin Tarantino film.
Yeah, because you'd have cherry blossoms and all the maple seeds falling.
Yes.
The main delay has just been weather. Anytime I have time off, it rains. Or it's the one dry day in week, so I've got to do everything else.
Feels like monsoon season around here right now. And we don't live anywhere near where there's supposed to be monsoons.
It's just, you know you've been abusing a tool when it's hot.
Yeah, that has got some heat on it. Metal ain't supposed to heat up when used. Oh, never mind. I'll retract that statement. You ever say something as soon as you said it, you know, as emphatically stupid? That just happened to me.
Yeah. Well, in your defense, I'm the only person I've ever met that can heat a tool up, a wrench or something up, without putting heat to it. I am to the shock. I am shocked.
We are all shocked. It's a shocking development.
Yep, that was 14.
Yeah, and again, all the shock bolts are 14 up top that grip the fork. I guess this is called a fork.
Yep, it's a fork.
And that all these bolts here are 14 kilometers. That'd be a big bolt.
14 inches?
That'd be a big bolt too. No, they're 14 millimeter.
14 Canadians?
That'd be a very polite bolt. Very helpful too.
I think I need new gloves.
I think you ruined your gloves.
They've served well.
Oh,
and my new mechanic shoes are not lasting well.
Please subscribe so we can buy him real mechanic shoes.
Hey, I was able to salvage a pair of overalls with a pair of overalls that blew out. These I blew the latches off of this one, and I had another pair that split down, so I just took these things off, and now I've got these back, which I'm glad.
Please subscribe to Krazy Karl Project so he can buy clothing.
It's gonna move. It's gonna move. I like last time when I just twisted it and it popped and broke.
Oh, nothing's going your way this time, is it? And I promise this is not a hair club for men advertisement.
Keep saying that. I keep telling you we should have a helmet sponsor.
Now I keep doing that until Keeps contacts.
I think I know what's wrong. I think the threads sheared off the side of the nut.
I'd say Sawzall, but unfortunately I think we still need the fork.
Yep. No, it tightened going that way, so I don't know. We'll see what this does. It just doesn't seem like I'm making any progress. Are we there yet?
No.
Are you sure it's moving?
Not anymore.
I just remembered I have an impact wrench.
You do.
But I don't think it would fit in here.
That's why they make extensions. Alrighty, so we've had...
The sound guy broke the boom, so I'm having to fix that. Somehow or another, the spring in the back for the batteries, it got compressed back far enough that it won't make contact anymore. And no, that's not going to fit in there. Let's see, this is what Leatherman's for. This is the old broken Leatherman from the other project.
Yep.
It's the house repair Leatherman.
The one that 2 people have watched.
Okay, tell the sound guy don't drop it anymore.
And now the big guns have come out. Quite literally. Every time I see one of those, I'm just reminded of that scene in Wayne's World where Garth scratches the car playing with the dang thing.
So much quicker. I did do exactly what I said I did.
Rounded it at the tip right there. Wow.
Look at, I just smoothed that whole thing out.
This is why we can't have nice things.
It's off, ain't it?
There it goes. Sometimes you have to tighten to loosen, remember?
Yep. Wow, these are flimsy.
Yep. Have you noticed he hasn't undid the top portion of that yet?
Nah, that way when he comes flying down, it stays up there.
Yeah. What would happen if we undid the top portion of the top screws first before we undid the bottom screws?
In theory, it could shoot off down low, but it won't because of the fork, but it would fall out. It's kind of nice having it hang up there so it stays put.
Yeah. But if you don't have the fork, if you operating with a vehicle that doesn't have that nice little handy little fork there,
you're lucky. I hate this fork.
I was going to say, you might not want to loosen those top screws first. You might want to make that a last thing and stand out of the way.
I'm making the scrap pile. Because those are not getting used again. Those are junk.
It takes a lot to make Karl to throw something away.
Last time I didn't have to have a wrench on it to loosen it. So now I'm working out logistics on how to do this without damaging anything.
Come on. Damaging things never stopped you before.
True. Well, not damaging anything I don't care about anyways.
That's really never stopped you before either. Alright, so he's attacking the 2 bolts in the back. Still can't see anything.
Neither can I. It smells like brake fluid down here.
Gee, I wonder why.
I mean the breaker bar. It's hiding.
I dubbed the Sir Krazy.
I finally have a breaker bar, so I should be using it instead of my poor busted up socket.
Yes. That you had to wrap duct tape all over the handle.
That's 1950s bandage tape. It could be 60s.
Who the hell has 1960s bandage tape around their house?
It was in a 1950s, 60s Earth Aid kit.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
And I've repurposed it.
Go find the first, yeah, so you heard it here. Go find the first aid kit that your grandparents threw out.
And save the emergency bandage tape because it makes really good handle wraps. I wouldn't use it for anything else, but it makes really good handle wraps. Lots of grip. I think I broke it off inside because it's just spinning and doing nothing. All kinds of movement over there, no movement over here of any kind.
Yeah, I'd say you broke that one. Well, you ain't reusing it anyway. Not that you can reuse it now.
Didn't like that, so you're hiding from me now, are you?
I was also talking junk about you, I heard it.
Well, I broke one side loose, now I just got to break the other side loose. I know, that's not how it's supposed to work, folks, but that's how it's working. Aha! I got half of it out.
The only half that matters.
Don't mind the trimmers.
Don't they eat people?
They do. They're attempt eat me's over there.
Oh, you mean, yeah.
This yard keeps trying to eat me. It's only tried to do it 5 times. Got me to the knees last time.
I think this
Actually
bolt had a
above the knees.
problem.
Huh?
Yeah, actually above the knees. Yes, straight.
Right by here.
I think this bolt has a problem. That's when you told me don't ever walk over there again.
Don't walk over there. Yeah.
That works. Well, you said you wanted the top to break off. It was so much easier.
It was. Good. Not broke off yet.
You don't even have anything on the other side yet.
Yeah, I was just going to say, move it, see if it moves on both sides before I even bother. If I break it off, breaking it loose, there's no point. I'm at the point where it's like, did I break it? Did I break it? Did I break it? Did I break it?
No.
Hey, I got one that actually worked.
1 out of 4 is kind of terrible.
Well, I got 2 out of 4. The other side kind of worked too, this one. So.
All right. So 2 out of 4, it still ain't good, but it's better than 1 out of 4.
Persuader.
Throw a barrel at it. Now I want to watch Venture Brothers for some reason. Good Lord.
mark off. Sit it there.
And you know what? We didn't have to cook the rubber seals in that one.
Nope. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot to do that first. There we go. There.
Now it's not either. Not anymore either.
And that explains why all of a sudden it got really aggravating. And apparently that is how this is supposed to go.
Much simpler. Will be much simpler to edit than 13 hours of bang, bang, bang.
Ah.
That would be a good build for this when we get finished with the this vehicle. The ultimate dune buggy.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even listening to me, are you?
I am, and I'm realizing I've got to take the friggin' air cleaner out to get to the friggin' shock. Phillips screwdriver. I just remembered where it was. It's like, it's not in the pan. Where did I do with it?
Such a handy screwdriver. I like those screwdrivers.
Mm-hmm. I had 3 of them. This is the only one I still know where it is because I've hid it in my car. I'm missing the others. Like I said, the reason why this one I still know where it is because it's been in the Kia.
I used to have one. I have no idea where the hell at.
That's not going to want to work. I should have just snaked that side. Because this is all wired to the box. And I just realized that. So we'll tighten these back up, which these needed adjusted anyways, because that wasn't right on this side anyhow. Finally fixing that. There's something.
There you go.
Did it so I could finally fix where this wasn't clamped properly.
There you go. I agree. I agree. And then you want to loosen behind there so you can just, when you undo the box, you can undo everything and let it hang, and not let it hang by the wire. Don't ever let it hang by the wire. But
nice thing about it, this actually does give you your torque specs for your bolts, for your screws.
Just recording that in case somebody doesn't have that on there, on theirs. They might want that. Doggy
there.
company.
Okay. Yes, it is 12 millimeter.
Hey, they used a standard size.
Well, this one has 2 bolts, but I don't want to take the lower one off since I don't have to. Oh, I've got to take the whole, nice. I've got to take the whole ram scoop off.
I mean, these are kind of those weird things that says it's ram air, but if you look at it, it's still blocked by this.
Yeah, but it's still air intake.
It is, but it's...
Alright, now back to this. Lift that carefully out of the way. And lift this out of the way. And there's the shock.
Shocking.
Which, if these 2 bolts weren't back here, I might have been able to get around that with a bunch of knuckles, but yeah. And now let's see if these snap off like they did on the other one. That other one you could tell took a hard hit.
Yeah, and that's what I think cross-threaded it.
Yeah, I think so too, since this one wasn't so bad. It was aggravating, but it wasn't that bad.
No.
It's this side's easier to get to once I got the airbox off of. That side I had to take all the battery and everything out, and I still ended up using a whole bunch of knuckles.
Sure.
So, not a whole bunch, but a fair number.
There we go. One old shock gone. How shocking.
So long.